But guess who all of a sudden, after getting pounded here in Toronto at the bank, the Magic have arrived. They're currently 7th, a half game back of the Raptors in Philadelphia, a full game back of the Toronto Raptors. The Heat open up with possession of the basketball. Pelle Larsson kicks it to Hero. Scotty Barnes on him. Hero operating on the inside, and he gets the bucket to go, coming off of a season-low 8 field goal attempts is Hero.
You're going to find a lot of off-ball screens again. So the Raptors, you have to fight through the screens. Don't get caught behind the offense.
Adebayo on RJ. RJ finds Jakob Poeltl trying to back in on Mitchell. The cut by RJ Barrett, and it rolls off the side of the rim. Second highest scoring team in the NBA. Davion Mitchell with it. Sends it to Hero once again. Hero crossover. Good job by Quickly cutting him off. Up top, Mitchell with a left. And the Miami Heat up 4-0 to start.
And you see the Miami Heat being very patient, observing and trying to identify their matchups, breaking the defense down, getting to the paint 2 plays in a row.
They've lost 3 in a row on the road, the Heat, by 17 or more in each one of those contests. Wiggins on Ingram. Here's RJ. Gives it back to B.I. Clock down, and a great job by Ingram getting to the rim, but it spills out. Adebayo to Wiggins. Wiggins at 24 led the way, and Adebayo knocks down the 3. And
especially your higher seed teams, are they going to play their guys at the end since they're already established? So everyone has to take care of their own business. Continue to approach all these games like playoff games.
Quickly with a step through. And Quickly looks to save it, and he's fouled by
race. And he said the most important thing, we need to secure that playoff spot. Obviously, the higher in the standings, the better. We know how tight things are and have a bunch of teams on our tail, so every win matters. Sandro Mamukelashvili built on that yesterday at practice and said, we've held each other accountable. It's amazing where we're at as Jakob Poeltl lays that in. But Sandro's saying, I don't think anybody saw us being here, so now we need to finish strong, guys.
Raptors were at their first field goal and a sweeping left by Tyler Hero. 7-point advantage.
And it's the thing, Matt, when you got guys like Tyler Hero, you got to keep them in check early because they can explode for big numbers. Being very physical, guarding their men.
Raptors 3-0 this season against the Heat. Quickly, the 3 doesn't go. RJ on the offensive glass with a putback. Raptors 2 of 7 to start. The Heat 4 for 4.
In those 2 plays, the times the Raptors have scored, they've got both offensive rebounds and putbacks. Hustle and energy plays.
4 second chance points, and Scotty, the word from Darko Rajakovic to Evan Scott about the whistle at the other end. Hero guarded by Quickly. Adebayo comes up, doesn't use the screen, rejects it. Hero denied with a help D. Shot clock to 3 by Hero, and what a start. 3 of 4, 7 of his team's 12 points and an 8-point lead. Scotty backing in on Larsson. Contact, the call. He'll go
to that point or take that shot away, but Raptors tried to fight through the screen. Not enough time. Tyler Hero knocks down the 3.
First free throw good for Scotty Barnes, a career high, averaging 20 minutes, and now all of a sudden those minutes are way up. Why? Because he worked his way in.
Well, my minutes were going up and down, fluctuating. It had to be through defense. That's where I can earn my bones and earn my opportunities.
In the corner, it's Hero, the 3. Just to clarify, as you saw the score change, Hero, that shot was not released in time. They took it away from the replay center, but he just made it 3, so it's back to a 6-point game. Here's quick cut off by Adebayo and Larsson.
And that Tyler Hero let everyone know in the front row in the scorers table, count that one.
Yeah.
That one counts. So he's feeling good.
RJ attacking, off-balance shot. Hero with the rebound. And he's screaming, let's go, as Wiggins goes to work on Ingram. Cut off Ingram, tremendous defense, taking it away. Ingram into the front court with Wiggins draped all over. Head coach. In his 3rd season with the Raptors. Corner 3, and Walter's shot doesn't go, and Adebayo with a rebound. Look at Mitchell bursting into the front court. Hero with Shed on him. cut off by Shed. The duck in by Adebayo.
And you just see Mitchell pushing the ball up the floor, not allowing this Raptors defense to get set. And that's key, because if you're trying to guard this Miami Heat defense, you have to be set. You have to be in position to guard the basketball and not allow the penetration.
RJ on the inside, delivering. He just gets buckets in the paint.
Again, you see how fast the Miami Heat is pushing the ball up the floor. Past couple possessions, they've been playing zone.
And Mitchell gets by RJ.
And they're going back into zone defense. Raptors have to always set these screens. We've seen success setting the screens, getting the ball in the middle.
They play more zone than any other team in the NBA. Shed the three. Shed knocks it down. He's made a three now in 6 straight games.
And that's huge, especially when the team is playing zone.
Longest stretch of the season. Here's Wiggins, a three. Doesn't go. Raptors getting on the defensive glass. Heat 7 for 11. Raptors 4 for 11. Down by 5 as we head to the midway point of the first quarter.
And you see how quick making shots get you out of zone. Miami right back to man-to-man. And guess what? That's when R.J. Barrett takes control of his matchup. There's no way Tyler Hero can guard R.J. Barrett by himself with the physicality that R.J. brings to the game.
And R.J. using that force as Jakob Poeltl commits the foul on Bam Adebayo.
Really impressed. And I like the fact they're efficient in that area. But back to Miami Heat, just their approach. This is what you expect to see from Miami Heat team. These guys aren't going to lay down. They know what's at hand right now. They're not going to come back in here and try to get the balls.
Larson with an open three. Doesn't go. On the glass, batted by Shed. Over to Ingram. Poeltl out. Sandro Mamukelashvili in. Here's Ingram. And the and one. Spill
Offensively.
Ingram with 23 on Tuesday night. 2 of 2 from the foul line in 29 minutes. Shooting 82% from the free throw line. This is game number 75 of the season for Brandon Ingram, who played 18 games last season. He's played the most total minutes of his career, that started in Los Angeles with the Lakers, moved to the Big Easy, playing for the Pelicans. His 10th season out of Duke as the second one rattles out. 2-point game. Khalil Ware checks in along with Jaime Jaquez Jr., the top scorer off of the bench in the NBA. He was held to 8 points on Tuesday. Ingram with Larson right there. Ingram crossover. Ingram trying to get some room. And he's watch out.
They might want to give him that call.
Ingram, the first is good. So after that 7-0 start by the a response coming from the Raptors, you knew that Miami would want to start the way they did. They did. And then could the Raptors respond? They have. 8-0 run by Toronto.
And the Raptors usually do a good job. Even when you see Darko, that time you got to contain the basketball. Again, that's what I mean by guarding your yard. Davion Mitchell, he's a much improved offensive player. Even his three-point shooting, almost close to 40% now, but you got to contain the ball.
Davion Mitchell, his nickname Off Night, is into Ingram right now. B.I. going to work, short corner, doesn't go. Lead pass, Jaime Jaquez Jr. And Jaquez off of the window.
Again, the Raptors really have to concentrate on sprinting back on defense. When B.I. takes that shot on the baseline, there has to be floor balance to get back on defense to stop this Miami Heat break.
Here's B.I. Jumper good, the and one. First time All-Star in his 11th season at 32 years of age. B.I. with the last 6 for the Raptors and a turn on the Tuesday's game. Ingram, another bump, gets room. He's got the last 8. First lead for the Raptors.
And sooner or later, Miami Heat's going to realize that's not the most ideal matchup to have Davion Mitchell guarding B.I. because he can shoot right over top of the defense.
Larson trying to get by Walter on the glass. It's Ingram. It's a 13-4 run by the Toronto Raptors. Ingram crossover. Ingram spinning. Ingram puts up a shot. And Colin Murray Boyles is there to clean up on the offensive.